Right, we're on the second take. So okay then, Terry. What was the casino like in the early days? I believe that you went there when it was all starting to get going and stuff. You know, what was it like in the early days at the casino?
Well, I mean, the casino opened in September '73, and I think we went just before Christmas of that year, actually. Yeah, because there's a coach down in that Barrow, 2 coaches I think in that down in Barrow, you know. And I don't know. It reminded me of the old public hall in Barrow, actually, and really, if anything, like. And you know, it's I don't know. It was somehow different. You know, I mean, the sounds were good and that, but then them days and that, most sounds and that played there and that were played elsewhere anyway. So no matter where you went and that, because of the stable of disc jockeys, that you probably that would go to all these places, you probably hear the same sounds really. So the only really thing that could distinguish something, and that was the atmosphere and that, you know, and the atmosphere there and that, it wasn't the most pleasant and that, you know. I mean, stale coke and that, stale food and that, a room full of the smell of brute and that, nothing like it, nothing like it. Oh no, there's absolutely nothing like it, honestly. 1,000 people in there and that, all no, it was smells, you know. I mean, you know, not for me. Which is why I think I preferred the Highland Room actually, because it was a nice venue. It was a more pleasant venue, like, you know, posher, if you will.
Terry, recently I've been been in touch with Ian Levine on Facebook about a couple of things, just been politely asking him questions about the music and stuff. And I happen to respect the guy. I know he gets a lot of bad press, but yeah, he was one of the steering forces at the Mecca, and you've got to give the guy some credit.
Oh yes, I agree. I mean, I don't know of anybody on the scene, past or present, who causes such like friction, you know, like two groups and that, like pulled apart, that kind of thing, like, you know, really, you know, black and white and so forth. You either hate the guy, you love the guy, or whatever, like, you know. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground at all in that, you know. But in my experience there hasn't been, like, you know. I mean, all credit to Levine and that, some great records played in the Highland Room and that, you know, that become massive and classics and that, you know. All credit to the guy in that. What niggled me, and of course many others and that at the time, was when he did change his playlist policy. Like, you know, he decided that he would play contemporary sounds from whatever source and that, you know, funk, and it was just coming on to disco then, you know, whatever, like, you know, just to be different, like, which I suppose you need to be in that, because if Wigan's playing the same sounds as you are, and vice versa, then, you know, really, in that, you know, it's, I mean, if you're going to put more people on the door,
you've
really,
got to be different,
got to be slightly different. So in that, so I can, in retrospect, understand why he may have done it, like him and Colin Curtis.
He's another big name in the scene. Colin Curtis,
yeah,
well respected, played a different genre of soul, a different colour to what other people may have done, and is noted for that. I mean, he again was a Mecca DJ, was he, Terry?
Yes, well, actually, he was also a Torch DJ, and as I say, that he came with Minsell, Keith Minsell and that, when the Torch closed, actually, and that, to take over the Highland Room, like, you know, and, you know, so, actually, if you look at some of the early ads and that, advertisement and that, you look at the sounds and that, they say, you play this, that, and the, you know, I mean, they say, hell, their sounds they play down the Torch and that, you know, and elsewhere, the Cats and so forth, like, you know. So, really nothing different, like, you know. And then Levine came along, and again, and that, you know, playing I mean, we left the torch by then, sounds-wise, like, you know. See, what it used to annoy me. I mean, he would play a sound, you know, what he discovered, right? And as soon as he heard that the Harlem Room was playing it, that the casinos playing it, or anywhere else, and that, it would never get played again, which used to be an absolutely annoying. But a great sound and that, you know. Sorry, not having on the decks and that, it's played elsewhere, like, you know. Which to me and that is not.
And this is called Curtis, is it?
Well, I don't know whether it's got, but I mean, it could have been Ian Levine,
yeah,
it could have been Colin, it could have been.
It's the music policy.
It was the music policy. Whoever decided who, what, where, and whatever, you know. Yeah. Now people say, and now, I mean, stuff like In the Bottle, all that stuff and that, it's good stuff. I can tolerate it, right? What I couldn't tolerate was a lot of the later stuff and that, you know, which was pure, which wasn't even really good disco.
A lot of people with the Gil Scott Heron on the bottle, on the East Strata label, it's the flip side. Back Home is a beautiful track.
Well, if you look at the Gold Mine CD, the Blackpool the Mecca story, like, all that stuff on there and that, for the most part, it's great stuff in that. It's in a contemporary format, it's 70s format and that, and it's good. I have I mean, I used to go down to Fargo, Richard Shirley, and Richard Shirley used to play some brilliant stuff in that. I mean, the fact that I probably did enjoy it, but really didn't enjoy it, it's contradicting terms and that, but because I could never adapt my dance style to dance to it. To me and that, soul was always about dancing, right, you know, and if I couldn't pick up the style and dance and that, you know,
felt left out of it a bit.
Well, I did feel left out, even though I could sit down and sort of say great sounds and that, you know, I mean, Heaven in the Afternoon and that, you know, it's great sounds and that. I've never danced to them and that, you know, but I'd like to be, I would like to be playing a live when you're sitting down having a beer or something, like, you know.
Terry, I was talking to Dave Harrison, and Dave said to me something about you. He said that you were big on Bobby Bland. Is that correct? Bobby Bland, you liked Bobby Bland stuff, is that correct? Or?
Well, actually one LP in that, which sums it up brilliantly in that, was the northern side of Bobby Bland on Kent. Right, which, you know, it's no longer available, unless you search eBay and that, and then it is, like, you know, but it's never been reproduced in that, in CD format and that. And that's another thing, I blame Kent really. I mean, they got to 96 in their list of LPs and that, and then suddenly they brought it, they started to go up CDs and that. Now, I was a fool really, because I had what, nearly 600 LPs and that I collected diligently and so forth. And then, when CD format came along, I said, oh great, it's much more convenient, it's better quality sound and that, you know. I mean, I'll get rid of this, that and the other and that, and because I know it'd be reproduced on CD. What a fool I was. I mean, it took me as much as 10 years to get some of the sounds back onto CD that were recently appearing on the vinyl, like, you know, vinyl LPs and that. So yeah, but
can I just say that one of the questions I wanted to ask you, it's just generally about like a bit of a desert island disc type thing. You know, what LPs? For me, I would be choosing things like Gil Scott Heron for me are good LPs.
Let me tell. Well, first of all, before we go on that, let me tell you why I chose LPs in that. I chose LPs in that because prices for LPs, you know, never varied as such. In that. I mean, I wanted every sound I'd ever heard. Couldn't afford them all and that. So, you know,